So problem statement goes like this. Air flows steadily at the rate of 0.5 kg per second through an air compressor entering at 7 meter per second with a pressure of 100 kilopascal and a specific volume of 0.95 meter cube per kg and leaving at 5 meter per second with a pressure of 700 kilopascal and a specific volume of 0.19 meter cube per kg. The internal energy of air leaving is 90 kilojoule per kg, greater than that of the entering air. Cooling water in a jacket surrounding the cylinder absorbs heat from the air at the rate of 58 kilowatt. Calculate point A, the power required to drive the compressor, and B, find the ratio of the inlet and outlet pipe diameter. So let us solve this numerical problem 2.1. It is based on steady full energy equation for compressor. So first we will be drawing the required schematic. So in this problem, the given system or the given steady flow device is as air compressor. We have two types of air compressor. One is rotary compressor and reciprocating compressor. So we can consider either of this. It hardly matters which type of compressor you are going to consider in the problem. So I am considering rotary compressor in this case. So rotary compressor is represented by this symbol. Okay. Let's say this is inlet and this is outlet. Inlet will be 1 1 and outlet is represented by 2 2. Now let us say this rotary compressor is located with reference to some datum. Datum means reference point. Okay. Let's say inlet is at some height Z1 from the reference datum and outlet at some height reference Z2. Let's say control volume of this compressor is bounded by control surface CS. So this will represent control surface and the volume inside this control surface will represent control volume. Okay. Let's say there is a work input to this compressor represented by dWs by d tau, and let's say there is a heat transfer from this compressor dq by d tau. Okay. So this is required schematic of this compressor. Let's say I am considering rotary compressor. Inlet working fluid is entering with the mass flow rate m dot 1 and it is leaving with the mass flow rate m dot 2. So this is the required schematic of the steady flow device shown in the form of compressor. Now let us enlist all the given parameters. Now for enlisting given parameters, there are two sides of the compressor. One is inlet side. So I will enlist the parameter on inlet side. Similarly, I will enlist all the given parameters on outlet side 2. So from the problem statement, air flows steadily at the rate of 0.5 kg per second, means the air which is flowing through this compressor is at steady flow rate, that is mass flow rate is constant, that is m1 dot is equal to m2 dot, and this is given as 0.5 kg per second. Now at the entrance, velocity is 7 meter per second, pressure is 100 kilopascal, and specific volume is 0.9 meter cube per kg. So C1, P1 and small u1 is given. Similarly, at outlet, velocity is 5 meter per second, pressure is 700 kilopascal, and specific volume is 0.9 meter cube per kg. So C1, P1 and small v1 is given. Small v2, sorry. C2 is 5 meter per second, P2 is 700 kilopascal, and specific volume small v2 is 0.19 meter cube per kg. Internal energy at outlet is 90 kilojoule greater, that means U2 is 90 kilojoule per kg plus U1. Okay, let us enlist all these things first. At inlet side, velocity is 7 meter per second. Pressure given as 100 kilopascal, and specific volume is 0.95 meter cube per kg. Similarly, on the outlet side, velocity is 5 meter per second, pressure is 700 kilopascal, and specific volume is 0.19 meter cube per kg. These are the properties given at inlet and outlet side. Apart from this, air is flowing steadily, that is mass flow rate at inlet is equal to mass flow rate at outlet, m1 dot is equal to m2 dot is equal to m dot, and this steady flow rate of flow is given as 0.5 kg per second. Similarly, internal energy at the outlet is 90 kilojoule greater than internal energy at inlet, or U2 minus U1 is equal to 90 kilojoule per kg. This is also given on the outlet side. Now, cooling water in a jacket surrounding the cylinder absorbs heat from the air at the rate of 58 kilowatt. Now here what is happening? Air is entering at the mass flow rate of m dot. Then work input is supplied to this compressor. So air is being compressed and leaves the compressor at high pressure. So low pressure air is entering at the inlet 1 compression is done, and at 2 it is leaving as high pressure compressed air. Now what is happening? This air being working fluid is rejecting some heat out of this compressor body or compressor boundary, and to cool the compressor, the cylinder of this compressor is surrounded by water jacket, cooling water jacket. So what is happening? Cooling water in a jacket surrounding the cylinder absorbs heat from the air at the rate of 58 kilowatt. So this air being working fluid is rejecting heat to this water. So what will be sign of this heat transfer? Sign of this heat transfer will be, that is dq by d tau, rate of heat transfer. I can also represent it by q dot as minus 58 kilowatt. Air being the working fluid in the compressor is rejecting heat to the surrounding water. That means sign of this heat transfer from the air to the surrounding will be minus 58 kilowatt. Okay. So these are the things given to you in this problem. Now what you are supposed to find out? Number one, you are supposed to find out is work input. Okay. And number two, ratio of inlet pipe to the outlet pipe diameter. So this is the initial frame of the problem. We have drawn the schematic. We have enlisted all the given parameters on the inlet side, outlet side. Some of the parameters are common, and we have enlisted what is to be found out. So the power required to drive the compressor, obviously this will be negative. Sign will automatically appear. We need not to bother about the sign. That is rate of work transfer per unit time and ratio of inlet pipe to the outlet pipe diameter. Now let us do the calculations. So in order to solve this problem, the very first part of the calculation is writing steady flow energy equation between inlet and outlet of the compressor. So let us first recall the very first form of steady flow energy equation. So it was m1 dot u1 plus p1 small v1 plus C1 square by 2 plus GZ1 plus dq by d tau. This is on the inlet side, and then m dot 2 u2 plus p2 small v2 plus c2 square by 2 plus gz2 plus dw by d tau. So this is the most basic form of steady flow energy equation, and if I compare the values of parameters given at the inlet and outlet side like C1, P1, V1, C2, P2, V2, this form of steady flow energy equation is going to suit our requirement. Okay. Now in this equation, M1 dot is equal to M2 dot. Let's say M dot, because steady flow, it is given in the problem, it is a steady flow. So we can consider M1 dot is equal to M2 dot is equal to M dot into this equation. Second thing, nothing is mentioned about at what height inlet of the compressor will be there and outlet of the compressor will be there. That is, problem does not talk anything about Z1 and Z2. That is elevation of inlet and outlet pipe. So under such condition, what we do, if the problem does not talk about the specific parameter, we will consider them as same. Okay. We can assume them. So after applying these two conditions, this equation will become M dot U1 plus E1 V1 plus C1 square by 2 plus GZ1 plus dW by d tau, dq by d tau is equal to M dot U2 plus P2 V2 plus C2 square by 2 plus GZ1. I am taking Z2 is equal to Z1 plus dW by d tau. Okay. Now, as you can see here, this will get cancel out each other. Now we can put all the values. Or one more thing we can do, as we are supposed to calculate dW by d tau. So we can simplify this equation to calculate dW by d tau, that is rate of work doing. So how can I write this? M dot into U1 minus U2 plus P1 V1 minus P2 V2 plus C1 square minus C2 square by 2. Okay, and plus on the left hand side, dq by d tau is remaining. So rate of doing work in a per unit time, W dot. Now M dot is given as 0.5. I am doing unit calculations as well. Now U1 minus U2. So U2 minus U1 is given as 90 kilojoule per kg. So U1 minus U2 will be minus 90. Minus 90. And I am taking the unit. See, unit of U2 minus U1 is given as kilojoule per kg. So I am taking the kilo into consideration. So unit of U1 minus U2 I am taking as joule per kg. Similarly, pressure is given P1 as 100 kilopascal. So I am taking 100 into 10 to power 3. V1 as 0.95. P2 as 700 kilo. So I am taking kilo into consideration into P2 is given as 0.19. Now what will be the benefit of this? See, I am doing once again unit calculation. I had told you I will explain. So the unit of 100 is Pascal. Okay, that is Newton per meter square. And unit of specific volume is given as meter cube per kg. So this will become Newton meter upon kg, and Newton meter is nothing but joule per kg. So unit of this entire term will be joule per kg. I am trying to balance the units. Okay, that is why I am doing all this exercise. So U1 minus U2 is this much, P1 V1 minus P2 V2 after balancing the units. Then C1 is 7 square and C2 is 5 square by 2. This unit is already in joule per kg, because what happens, half mc square will give you joule and c square by 2 will give you joule per kg. Okay, these are the quantities inside the bracket. Plus, what is the unit of dq by d tau and magnitude? Minus 58 into 10 to power 3 joule per second. Now please pay attention here. The unit of mass flow rate of air is kg per second, and unit of all the terms inside the bracket are joule per kg. So unit of m dot into all the quantities inside the bracket will be joule per second, isn't it? And what is the unit of the quantity outside the bracket? That is heat transfer joule per second. So units are homogeneous. In order to make the units, I have to do all this exercise. So unit of this entire term, what is that entire term I am talking about? Unit of this entire term will become joule per second. This is kg per second and this is joule per kg. It will become joule per second, and the entire term is added to the dq by d tau having the unit joule per second. So now units are homogeneous, so we need not to bother about any mistakes now. So now let us solve simply after balancing the units. Simply mathematics is remaining, so I can calculate this rate of work transfer dw by d tau is equal to w dot. So unit will automatically come out So after calculating dW by d tau, that is rate of work input is minus 121,994 joule per second. If I simplify this, this will be minus 121.994 kilowatt. So this is the required answer. Now here minus sign is appearing. So what is the significance of minus sign? So negative sign indicates that work is supplied to the compressor. Obviously, we supply some electrical work input to the compressor to compress the air. Okay, so this way I can solve this numerical. Approximately, I can also take it as minus 122 kilowatt. So what is the point which is the highlight of this entire discussion? Balancing of this unit. That is balancing of this unit of the quantities represented by m dot into quantities in the bracket, all the quantities inside the bracket, and unit of dq by d tau. Okay. So I have considered the units in their most basic form. I have not considered anywhere kilojoule per kg or kilowatt. Rather, I have considered joule per kg and joule per second, that is watt. So this way, if you put the values and units, you will automatically balance out the unit and your problem will give you correct answer. Okay. Then point number B, d1 upon d2. So let's say inlet and outlet of this compressor are of circular cross section having diameter d1 and d2. We are supposed to find out this d1 and d2. So to find out the ratio of inlet pipe and outlet pipe diameter, now I am recalling mass balance. When I apply mass balance, it gives me mass flow rate at inlet is equal to mass flow rate at outlet. Now mass flow rate at inlet can be given as A1 C1 over small v1 is equal to A2 C2 by small v2. This equation is nothing but it is called as continuity equation. Continuity equation. Okay. Now further simplification will give me A1 upon A2 is equal to C2 upon C1 into small v1 over v2. If I am considering inlet and outlet pipe of circular cross section, so A1 will be circular cross sectional area of the pipe will be pi by 4 d1 square over pi by 4 d2 square. C2 value is given as 5, C1 as 7. Specific volume at inlet is 0.95 meter per kg and V2 is 0.19. Since all the terms are the ratio of the same quantities, units will automatically get cancelled out. So after simplifying this, d1 by d2 I will get as 1.89. So this will be the required answer, and this way you can solve the problem.